Hi guys, I'm BK. This is Docker series. This is part 3. So Docker series, we covered what is Docker architecture and what is Docker file and what is Docker image. So this is part 3 video. Today we're going to see what is Docker container. Okay, this is the repository I'm using this Docker series. So you get this link on this video description. You don't need to worry about the commands which I use in this video. Okay, coming to the topic, today we're going to see what is Docker container. In my previous video, I explained Docker container is a microcomputer. So why I saying Docker container is a microcomputer? I'll show you how this container comes by using Docker image. Okay, now how this Docker image comes by using Docker file. Okay, now we're going to see a simple example. Then you will understand about Docker container. So why I'm saying microcomputer. Okay, so this is my Windows laptop. Okay, inside my laptop I have installed Docker. Okay, so this is my Docker file. By using this Docker file, I'm going to create a Docker image. By using this Docker image, I'm going to create a Docker container. Okay, still many people for me in 6 months before, if someone asks me what is Docker container, I simply say Docker container is we can using Docker container by using Docker container we can host application. I just explain like this. If they ask a more question about Docker container, definitely I will not explain. The reason behind when we learn new things, what we need to do is we need to understanding from the core. Like if you have the ability to explain some new technology to someone who doesn't know anything about technology, if they understand which means which means you are top G at that technology. Okay, which means you have a more knowledge. So which means you gained more knowledge to compare others. Okay, now coming to the topic, here you see by using this Docker file, what we can do is we can create a Docker image. Then by using this Docker image, what we can do, we can create a Docker container. Still many people not understanding what is Docker container. Okay, I'll explain the core concept. Then you will understand what is Docker container. How this file changing to Docker image, how this file changing to Docker container. So this is a simple example I'm going to give. Okay, you see, this is my Docker file. Inside, by using this Docker file, what I can do is, here you can see the, now we see a hands-on, then you will understand about Docker container. Okay, so now you are watching this video, I just creating this video in Ubuntu laptop. So in Ubuntu laptop, what I going to do is, I going to host an application by using Apache 2. So for that, first I need to install Apache 2. Sudo apt install Apache 2.
I'm removing that.
I already installed Apache 2 in my Ubuntu. Okay. Then second I going to update the HTML file in the path of var www html ls. Here you can see index.html files. I'm going to open this index.html file by using nano editor. So inside you can see some hello from Apache 2 on Docker. Here I'm going to change hi Docker. Okay, by using Ctrl X I just save this file. So Now I go into verify which port this Apache 2 is running. Everyone know which port Apache 2 server is running. It's running from port 80. You see here, so this is a port 80. So port 80 is nothing but HTTP. Okay, so you see, so now what we done? We done everything in our local by manually. Okay, so this is the Docker file. By using this Docker file, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to do this manual step in Docker. But I'm not going to do everything manually in Docker. Instead, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to create a file, the file called Docker file. Now you guys understand what is Docker file mean. Okay, now, so this is my machine I hosting in Compute Engine. Okay, so I'm going to follow the commands in my repository. Here you can see, first I'm going to create a folder. Let's see folder is created or not. Here you can see Ubuntu Apache 2. The folder is successfully created. Second, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to do cd. Show. Okay, I just change the directory. Then by using this command, I'm going to put this line into this index.html file. So here you can see the content. I'm going to change the content. Hello Docker, I am Bharati. Hello Docker, I am Bharati. Okay, enter. So enter. Now I need to verify by using cat command. You see this? This is a HTML tag. Then I'm going to create a file called Docker file. Then I'm going to verify. So Docker file is there. By using nano editor, I'm going to copy this Docker commands. So this is a Docker file commands, and I'm going to paste in my Docker file. By using Ctrl X, I'm going to save the file. So now we're going to see what is this need. So just now before I installed Apache 2 in my Ubuntu server. You see this Docker, I said Docker is a microcomputer. So that computer needs OS. So this is the OS. So where this OS comes from? This comes from Docker hub. Okay, we'll see. When we build this file, then we will understand. Okay, and second thing is, I'm using run. What is run? So in my local, I run this Apache. I installed this Apache 2. So here, so now I have OS. Then inside my OS, I need to perform two commands. One command is apt update, another command is apt install -s, which means like when you perform any installation, you will see some like, are you accepted or not? That kind of prompt you will see on your terminal. So here defaultly I'm saying yes, you install this Apache 2 in my Ubuntu. Okay, now by using this copy command, what I'm doing is, I've just copy this index and paste it in where www.html/index.html. Here you can see here. So this is my local, but this is my Docker. Okay, and just export the port. Why I export the port? I will explain this once we up the container. Okay, and this one also I will explain once we up the container. So now you understand what is this Docker file means. Okay, now you go to the build command. I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste. So permission deny issue, I need to use sudo. You see this? I will explain this. You will understand. So where this Ubuntu latest comes from, I'm going to Docker Hub. You see, it comes from here. So I will explain the architecture. So in my previous video, I already explained about the architecture of Docker image. Okay, so this is my Docker. Okay, inside my Docker, I have my Docker image. So once I execute this build command, the Docker will pull the image, base image, which is a OS that from the Docker Hub. Okay, it installed everything and it will store everything in layer. Okay, like this. So you go to watch my previous video. That video I explained about Docker file. You will understand that concept. Now everything is completed. Okay, now I go into check whether the Docker image is created or not. So for that I need to use sudo docker images. Here you can see Docker image is created. You see the size of Docker image 231 MB. Okay. So in my previous video I explained about this Docker image as well as Docker file. If you are new to Docker, first go to watch my previous video, then come to this video. Okay, so now we go into up this container. We go into, by using Docker run command, we go into up this container. Okay, for that I need Docker command. So this is the Docker command. So here I just changed the port. So many people getting confused in this port session. So I'll explain you what this port means. So now the container is successfully created. If you want to see the container state, you can use a sudo docker ps. So here you can see the container is the container status. The container status is up and 2 minutes before. Okay, here what is this 80 and what is this 80? Okay, here you see, here I mentioned 2 port. Now coming to my local, so I'm going to, you see this is my local machine, but this is my cloud. So I host this machine in compute engine. So I going to copy this and I going to paste here and I going to use 80. Okay, here you see it is successfully running in my local. So in my local I did everything in manual, like I did manual, but here by using Docker file I created a computer. It's a microcomputer. Okay, I hope you understand. Okay, coming to the port session, you see this. So what is this port and what is this port? So as I said, Docker is a microcomputer. So this is the Apache. Okay, so Apache is a web server. So this is inside the container port, which means we have a Docker environment. So inside the Docker environment, we created this container. So that's why here I need to mention 80. Okay, so in my code you can see the Docker file. So here you see, that's why here I using this export command, I just expose 80. So what is this 80? So this is the inside the container port. This is the outside the container port. So I want to access my application outside the world. So you see, then only user can able to access our application. This is a 80, which means HTTP, and also we can expose 443, which is a HTTPS. It's a secured connection, HTTPS. I hope now you guys understand why I am saying Docker is a microcomputer. Okay. So you may ask, hey Bharati, you are saying Docker is a microcomputer. So this microcomputer needs OS. So OS is here. Okay. This microcomputer needs memory, like RAM and CPU. Where can I mention? So that's why we are calling Docker is a lightweight. Okay. Docker sharing our local kernel. So this is my Ubuntu. You assume this is my laptop. So in my laptop I have Ubuntu OS. In my laptop I have 8 GB RAM and 2 core CPU. So Docker will consume my local CPU and local RAM. So how can I see? By using Docker stats, you can see everything. Here you see memory usage and limit and CPU. So this container consume 0.01 CPU percentage, and this is the memory it consume. So now we have only one container. If you have thousands of container, how to manage this? For that we have a command. Okay, we can mention, I want this Docker container consume this much RAM and this much CPU. So where can I say? You see this? This is a repository link. You get this link on this video description. You try by your own. Okay, you try it and you comment. Okay, I hope this video will help you. And Docker container part 3 continuation video I will post. Already 20 minutes gone. So thank you for watching and tada, bye bye.